soon as I went live last night after I did my played guitar for the first time. Hold on, let me turn this down. Currently watching this morning. Funky socks on. And this is normally my guitar's always been a size that one, which is a Fender Jaguar, which I never play. And the reason I never play it is because I said I'm going to get locking tuners for it because I felt it wasn't on par with this one, which does have locking tuners, and I've put blue knobs on the tone pots because that's volume. These are tone, so it's a good way of. It came in a pack of 2. If it had come in a pack of 3, I would have put all 3 blue. But because it came in a pack of 2, because they're Telecaster ones, these are meant for a Telecaster. This is a Stratocaster, but this Stratocaster came with, it's a special edition. It came with Telecaster knobs, so it's a special edition, which I'm quite proud of to own. So even though it's Mexican, see, I've got black locking tuners down there, black ones, which are £100. They cost £100. But I changed them. I changed them back to I went and bought the £60. I don't know why the chrome ones are £60 and the black ones are 100. So I thought, because this has got a matching black headstock, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the black ones on this guitar, my Jaguar over here. I need to work something out quickly, because it's all about fairness on this app, and I don't seem to be getting much of that. Because there was like that. I'll just quickly say, there was the comment that I made to that woman about music, because she's a musician. She made a comment to me about herself, so I commented back about a week later, last night, and it came up as @ when I hadn't wrote @ I'd wrote @ with her name, her username. And it posted, and I thought, okay, cool, that's fine, at least it posted. So even though it's not going to come up as a notification on her phone, at least she'll see someone's added a comment and she'll know it's me responding to her. I then saw that YouTube hadn't even posted the comment. So 1 second later went on my community posts and posted a post proving that I had active, I've got Wi-Fi and I've got 5G. So if one fails, the other goes, the other uses, and it posted. And they had not even posted the comment. They had pretended to post it by putting @ So I thought, even though it just said @ I thought, okay, cool, at least she's going to get it, because it took me about 2 minutes to write. It was a big long comment, going in depth about music and really great musicians that we both admire. And I mean, I'm a musician, she's a musician, so it was a comment about music and musicians. And nothing inappropriate, nothing wrong, nothing bad. And they didn't even post it. They pretend to, and I've seen this. I've got screen recordings of this. I've got about 5 screen recordings where they've pretended to post. They've pretended. And especially if I ever mention my health condition. If I ever mention my health condition, it's like they think I'm trying to attention seek. Any comment I make about my health condition, that's not allowed, and it will not show up. It will not show up. Sorry, I just want to show off my funky socks. They're actually Levi socks, but I just thought I actually put them on strictly for the live stream. Sad. But yeah, watching this morning, but it's on in the background. I'm going to turn it down, it's a bit loud. So someone said yesterday, because I keep the comments, I would have them on all comments, allow all comments. You can post a video, you can do a live, people can make hate comments too, and you can then post the live with those comments not shown. So they're literally just wasting their time. You know, so it's your life. If you want to waste your time doing that, it's up to you. Because some guy wrote to me yesterday, first thing in the morning at 9 o'clock, because he's obviously got nothing better to do. He wrote that haircut's criminal. So what I did is when I had a shower and a shave later, I used, because I've got my own clippers, I've got my own clippers, and I've got, then I'll show you. Not that this is anything great, but you know, I've got my own clippers here, which I use for like shaving my chest, you know, to show my body out. And then I've got these, which shave even shorter. So, look how well my plants are doing. Look at that. Look how well it's doing. That one's not. That one just needs repotted. That's all it needs. It's just not got. It's got outgrown its pot. This one's doing well as well. So I'm really happy with that. And it also acts as a shield from any neighbours that want to spy on me. You know, because I've got obviously neighbours opposite and they're all around. And I own this flat. This is my flat. I own it. It's not rented, no mortgage. And that's why I'm getting the hate from an ex from 12 years ago. Oh, and this is what we're going to be making. In about 20 minutes. It's a live stream. Someone said it the other day. They said, instead of saying live stream, they said, what is the point of this live stream? Well, the point of it was because I wanted you to ask me what the point of it was. So thank you. Thank you for coming on and saying it, because I wanted to answer your question. The point of the live stream is just to connect to the people that follow me, you know, which I actually keep hidden because I'm not on here for popularity. A lot of people keep theirs on show. I don't keep mine on show. 2,990 followers on Instagram. Gave up on Instagram when funniest thing happened yesterday as well. I did, for the first time in 8 weeks, I got my guitar out and I thought, right, cool, I'm gonna get the Fender Mustang Micro Plus, which, you know, I've got the original one. So I've got the original one. Yeah, and I like the original one so much, which was 100, and I only bought that like a year before. But I liked it so much that I went and bought the Plus one, and this connects to your iPhone. So you can actually record straight to your iPhone. You can record straight to my laptop. I've got my laptop there. And I've even got a Focusrite, but I don't even need to use that. I can just use this. And it's much better as well because it's got 75 presets. So people have taken time to make presets like surf tones for the people into surf kind of music with heavy reverb, death metal tones, you know, like 60s rock, 70s rock, 80s rock, 90s rock. There's 75 of them, and they're all presets, and they're all perfect. They're all perfect. So it's I got the. See, I don't do this. I don't do this for. I appreciate the people that come on and watch. Don't get me wrong. I'm really appreciative of that, and I found that. And if you want, it's great if people want to share your musical journey, and I appreciate that. So don't take it the wrong way. But 3 things I don't care about: followers, comments, and likes. They don't interest me. They distract me. So 2,990 followers on Instagram, blue tick verified. I gave up on it last year, May, because I was a victim of a hate crime on there, and the worst abuse you could imagine. Like you know how they talk about online abuse. On a scale of 0 to 10, this is a 10. Like comments like my mum's gonna be sexually assaulted on camera and I'm to film it. I'm to dig up my dead dad's corpse, using the word corpse as well. I mean, it's not as it's corpse. He died when I was 13 from a 4-year leukemia battle. He died a hero, you know, and you're telling me that I'm to dig him up and have sex with his corpse? And I'm saying I'm saying have sex with this corpse. You never said that. Those weren't the words you said. You said the swear word version of have sex. And you said have sex with it. My dad was not an it. He was a person. And he was a million times the person you'll ever be. So she found out I'm a homeowner now because I stupidly fell for catfishing. Someone pretending to be a post-traumatic stress disorder counsellor, Cassie PA, who is a real post-traumatic stress counsellor in America. And she was like, well, what good things do you have going on in your life? So I sent the photos of where I'd found this place online, and it said, great first property for a first homeowner. It showed the price, £120,000, and and from that point, because she had only been with me for financial gain, it obviously flipped a switch in her brain. She was always crazy as well, like making up lies, like saying she proposed to me a week after I met her. We had sex once. She proposed to me with an engraved ring a week after I met her. The second girl, the love of my life so far, who I'll never see again, which is why the song Wildflowers by Tom Petty. If you've not heard it, you don't even really... I recommend you listen to the song, but it's the lyrics. He wrote it for his first wife. They were both still in love, and they amicably split, so they both still loved each other, but they were in different places. And if you read the lyrics, he writes like, sorry, I'm a bit tired right now. He wrote, you belong among the wildflowers, you belong somewhere you feel free. Run away, sail away, go find your lover. And there is no other that compares to you. And it's just the most hauntingly beautiful lyrics that I'd ever heard. I actually cried about it this morning. I put it on after I put the Miss World cover on, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. It hit me like a ton of bricks, and I was sitting right here, crying. So I'm not too scared to admit that, But like I said on the live yesterday, like this is not something I'm wanting to show off. There's a chainsaw here. Did you know it's legal? Did you know it's legal to carry a chainsaw in the UK? I can walk down the street with that, as long as it's in a bag. So if I have it in a Tesco bag, I can walk down the street with that. Why? It's a loophole. I was amazed when I Googled it. It's not a bladed article, because it's the spikes on it are less than, are not 3 inches. It has for a bladed article has to be 3 inches. So if you have a knife that's 2 inches, and bear in mind, really you don't need to go. There was that case of that girl who went like this deep, and it killed her boyfriend, in a toxic relationship. And that was what I had with this girl, a toxic relationship. She was pretending to be in love with me for financial gain, or she did love me up until a point, up until she was non-stop cheating. While I refused to give up, because she was the first girl that I thought, right, she's accepting me, everything's good in life, so it was a toxic relationship for that reason. And then the second girl, who wrote on Facebook, "Happy first Valentine's to Ross Hodge, you're 1 in a million, and I love you so much." So why would you be advertising it, and I don't want to go on about that. It's not something I want to be talking about. It is something I want to be talking about, but it's not something I'm ever going to see again in my life. And that's why the song lyrics of "What to Wildflowers" hit me so hard, because it's actually helped me deal. This is a book, by the way, that I got. on Tom Petty, but they sent the wrong one. They sent the wrong one. I'd ordered the official biography, Petty. And on the back, I'll just show you quickly. There's a quote. And I realised yesterday, because yesterday was the first day that I played my guitar in 8 weeks. So my ring finger, so this one next to my pinky, is actually really sore. It's a bit red. It's not. But I used to have really thick calluses here, which is great because for a guitar player, because it means you can play the strings, slide up and down. If you don't know who Tom Petty is, he wrote Free Falling, the song Free Falling. He wrote the song American Girl. He wrote the song Rebels. So there's songs that you already know by him that you wouldn't know you know. So, and then on this morning today, there was something about this which my mum gave me. My mum gave me it last week. She just saves me things out of paper. And it's about reprogramming your brain, and about how you can reprogram your brain to achieve your goals. I'll just see it, but basically that's it. But the woman who wrote this was on this morning, and she was. It was just amazing because she said it's about, like, if you know what you want to do in life, just all you need to do is you just need to put all of your effort into achieving that goal. So me, what was I doing to achieve my goal for the last 8 weeks, aside from arguing with YouTube and arguing with Instagram for fairness and to be treated the same as everybody else? What was I doing to achieve my goal? Because my goal is not to be popular. My goal is not to be famous. I'm never, even if I could be famous. And like I put on one of my live streams. Sorry, I'm going to use that term from now on. It ended, and I was screen recording it. And I clicked end video. Are you sure you want to end? I clicked yes. It said 801 views. It said no comments, even though there was 4 on the screen when it ended. And they then put it up as 17 views. So my videos went from 370 views to 700 views to 740 views, then to 17 views. That's not natural. Normally it goes up. Or if it had a 400, I might have believed it. So even though that's 740, 400, that would be believable. But 17, there was more than 17 people that commented. So it's like just puffing that. Sorry. So it's just wildly being treated unequal. That's why I keep my subscribers, which is really good for someone who's only been doing YouTube for 3 months. Music wise, because this channel used to be something else. It used to be about fighting discrimination and being inequality in life, and that's how I got my first 100 followers. And then I thought, no, that's not what I want this channel to be about, and I've seen his Instagram. It's funny, I put the video that I put up yesterday, the short that I put up yesterday, trying to match the clean tone of the song from the album My Body, the hand by Courtney Love, her band Hole, Miss World. It's the demo version. And I actually posted it this morning on my community post. So I was trying to match that tone, just the clean tone. So I've done the one I did on Instagram, got 900 views, and this one's, I think, probably got about 2 views, because I don't get treated fairly. I don't get treated the same as others. And anyway, so I put it on Instagram just to do it, and I said, Please, I'm not being funny here, and I'm being deadly serious. Can nobody like this? Can nobody like this? Can nobody comment on this? Can nobody? Let's see. Okay, well, bizarre. So yeah, this is my flat, by the way. I realized yesterday, right? Something I didn't know. There's a Wi-Fi router in here. This is a Wi-Fi. Connects to a Wi-Fi router inside this boiler, which the thing just fell off. It's nothing serious. It's just this. See, this boiler is Valiant, yeah. But this is EPH Controls, so it's a separate company. So they're not bought together; they're bought separately. And I only realised I have Wi-Fi in my boiler yesterday. How did I know? Because I turned my Wi-Fi on. Yeah, this one. And then I came through to the toilet. I went in the toilet, and then all of a sudden I heard the sound of my boiler coming on. And I thought, why is my boiler coming on? I had it set at 19. Oh, because I've got this thing. Normally there's, above where that little fire symbol is, normally there's a Wi-Fi signal. You know, the one you see on the top right of your phone. But I turned the boiler off until I know how to disconnect this Wi-Fi that's in here, because clearly this Wi-Fi is connected to my own personal Wi-Fi. And that's why everything was going wrong. There's an app called Ember app, which you can download from the iOS store or the Android store. So you can turn, thanks to this, you can turn your boiler on, you can turn your heating on. You can turn your heating on when you're on the bus on the way home from work. Or if you're going to, if you're on holiday and you want to come home to a warm home. I never knew about that. Why would the people who sold me the flat not have told me that there's an app that I can have on my phone? It's called the Ember app, and it works with the EPH controls. So there's Wi-Fi, so there's a router, just like that. Obviously everyone knows what a router is, that's a router. There's one of those in here. So I tried setting up an account. I downloaded the app, tried setting up an account. Registered, got signed up and everything, but it wouldn't let me connect. And I was pressing the button. I can do the right one now. You know, but I don't know. See, so you can, that was the noise it made. And I came through, because if this is on, it'll be green, but it was red. So why was it making this noise if it was red? I would much rather avoid just the boiler and come, if I need to turn the heating up, just go, you know, I'm going to press it here. You know, I would just much rather do it there than have this Wi-Fi, which I never knew existed, which is clearly been linked to my Wi-Fi, which is why everything was going wrong. It's why they knew what apps I downloaded. It's why they knew, it's why I was getting a million spam warnings for non-spam comments on Instagram. And it's why I was, and when I'm just peacefully trying to do music. This is the strap that goes with my guitar. This is the strap. I say this every single live stream. This was the first strap I bought for my guitar, that black one. It's a special edition as well, the guitar. And it's the only, I've since bought all these other ones. This is the only one that ever went with it. So I washed it. Not this one, I washed the other one, the original one, because this is the second one I bought. But it didn't come out nice, so I actually bought this like 2 weeks ago. So I bought the same strap again, put strap locks on, brand new chrome strap locks. That's why you can see the chrome strap locks instead of the black ones on the video that I put up last night, the short that I put up last night. I put black chrome locking tuners on. These are £100. £100 Fender locking tuners. The chrome ones, I'm going to put them on this guitar because I think black ones on there will look really cool. And now I know how corrupted my Wi-Fi is, so I don't know what they put in what they installed in my. They removed a brick. They put something behind it. I went down and asked them what it was. They said it was fireproofing. They didn't do it on any other floor, on any of the other 6 buildings. Just my floor, just outside my window. Which I have the videos of. And they said fireproofing. So remove one brick, fireproof the whole building. And this is the carry case for the chainsaw, which I didn't have. I only got this. Who buys a chainsaw? I never had a chainsaw. The reason I got it was because some guys came up here, which was reported to police, and they were ringing my buzzer. One guy, well, I heard my buzzer go off. I then go up here, and I look out. I like peek out, so I'm being careful too, because I don't want people to either know if I am or here or if I'm not here. I then see a white car in this spot, and it doesn't turn its lights off, it doesn't turn its engine off. It's there for a good 20-30 minutes. One guy had rung the buzzer, so that's why I got up and came here, saw the car. Then I come and I see the car, and then I see 2 other guys get out drinking alcohol. This alcohol. I actually went down and I saved the bottle because I don't drink alcohol because it's poisonous. Alcohol's poisonous. A lot of people don't realize that it's an actual poison. When you drink too much alcohol, you die of alcohol poisoning. If you take too much fentanyl or too much heroin or too much methadone, you die of respiratory depression, because methadone's not a poison. Unlike alcohol, which is a poison, this is not poisonous to the body. This is non-toxic to the body. 100% non-toxic. If you drink, if anybody who doesn't take methadone or any opiates drank this bottle 120, you'd die. 40 milligrams, you would die. This is 120. 40 would kill you. I actually personally think 20 milligrams would kill you. It works so well that you forget to breathe. So it doesn't die because it's toxic to the body. You don't die because it's toxic to the body. You don't die because it's... that's why we prescribe morphine. Morphine's from the opium poppy. Methadone is from the opium poppy. People can judge, but it's kept me clean for 7 years. It's kept me off the streets doing guitar. And this was one of the things I mentioned in my comment to the lady yesterday. I mentioned that when I was 17, I bought my first Fender Telecaster, and it was a real Fender, just so not a Squire, which is the cheap versions. This is a special edition, which I'm quite proud of. Chrome locking tuners. I put a brand new chrome F plate on there. I put obviously the blue tone pots on there. And what else was it? Oh yeah, I changed these were originally black, these strap locks, and I changed them back to chrome because I thought chrome, the Fender had it right and I got it wrong. Because I replaced these with black ones. I replaced the locking, the tuners there, the silver things, for people who don't know, with black ones, those ones, and yeah, this got damaged when this got all scratched up. I've got it down there. It got all scratched up, the original one, when I saw somebody get assaulted with this guitar. Somebody came in here, picked the guitar up, and attacked this guy who was sitting on that right by here. And the guy picked the guitar. He could have killed him. Do you know how he could have killed him? Because of that. If that had have simply just hit his head, because there was a case of a girl who her boyfriend in the car, he was in the driving seat on the right. He pushed his girlfriend and she hit her head on that, you know, that little thing that comes up to lock the door, and that's what killed her. So only just that little, it's like a centimeter. That's what killed her. So you could have killed the guy, because he literally picked it up and he just held it here, so he wasn't even holding it like here for support, even though there's a truss rod through, there's a metal rod that runs through the here which keeps it straight, which why that comment about me having that bit low is a silly comment and an uneducated comment. This is not just a piece of wood. This is not just a piece of wood. Inside here, they call this the skunk stripe. Inside here, there is a metal rod running all the way through, and you can adjust it from the little hole there. So you can, if the neck goes like too far forward or too far back, you can adjust it. So this, you can hold a guitar like that. You probably shouldn't, because it's going to put it pills. Well, it wouldn't make it out of tune because of the locking tunes. This is my tuner, by the way. I love my tuner. I've got like, I've got this one, you know, the best one. Well, the industry standard, you know, chromatic tuner. The only good thing about it is the bypass, you know. And if you're on stage, you know, I've got the metals on pedal for heavy distortion sounds. That was $289.99. The Super Overdrive, £80. The MD 200, $289.99. That's like the usual standard. This was $189.99. This is if I could pick one pedal, just one. This was $289.99. It's a synthesizer. It turns your guitar into a synthesizer. You can make it into a bass guitar. Oh, there's my switch. So yeah, this is if I was to choose one pedal, and that was $289.99. I bought the £100, the £180 one. No, the £130 one, the RC1. And then I thought, no, I want to take it back, because you got 2 weeks to take it back, and I'm going to swap it for the RC5, because this has got 256. I think it's 200. I think I could be guessing there. But it's got the highest audio quality you can possibly have. And you can save 99, you can save 13 hours of music. You press it and it'll start recording what you're playing through it. And you can record 99, slots. There's 99 slots. Then the phase shifter. This is pumpkin orange. It's pumpkin orange because of the Smashing Pumpkins. This is the pedal the Smashing Pumpkins used on Siamese Dream, Adore. This is the album they were the big muff people, you know, like especially this op amp version, which I always keep on so I can have the tone on. You can turn the tone on or off. But then the synthesizer You know, you can turn it into a bass. You know, you can. It's got all these different amazing things, and these are double pots. They're called concentric pots. I mean, I've got like little lamps. I've got 2 of those, which connect together, so for a stereo effect. I've got the 40-watt one, and then I bought the Mustang Micros because I was doing just posts for Instagram and YouTube, so I didn't need anything but this and the lightning connector. That's all I needed. I mean, studio quality headphones, proper Audio Technica ones. Maybe I've got my laptop. See, I have these, you know, I went, I bought everything, you know, so this was my first tripod. Then I got this one, which you can put your phone in and it connects. You can just unscrew that and you can connect it to anything. And it's the same make as this. But this was the one that I was using to record with last night. This was sat by here, recording me facing this way, obviously. And you can, the legs can go longer and shorter. Interesting stuff. But yeah, here's my laptop. So this is the Focusrite. You can put, that's where your guitar can plug in. This is why these headphones are so expensive, because it comes with the input that will be your dad would have had in the 90s, which is the one that connects here, so you can monitor what you're listening to. This is the output for the speakers, which go in here, left and right. This is for a microphone. So it's one for personal use, a personal singer-songwriter. You know, because it's one microphone, one instrument, and bear in mind you can layer your tracks. So you can have keyboard, you can record the keyboards. You can then, you know, if you wanted to do that, you'd have synthesizer, and then you could just record one guitar part. Then you could record another guitar part underneath. Then you could put the synthesizer pedal on, put an octave pedal on, make it a bass, make your normal guitar a bass guitar, record the bass, and you can make your song like that. And I wasted 8 weeks there fighting for equality on Instagram. I fought for equality on Instagram since last May. Oh, by the way, this is what I was going on about the tuner. Just because it's a headstock tuner, so it just connects to your headstock of your guitar, and it just saves a space on your pedal board. And it's got this cool feature, which I don't know why they did it, but you do this. It's got a flashlight in case you get lost in the dark at night. You need to find your way home. But yeah, so you can change like the hertz, you know, like I've got a 441. I had it at 332, and then I put it up to, and then I re-recorded. It didn't sound quite good enough, so I put it up to 441. Because 441 and 332, they're like the magical kind of, you know, frequencies. I keep forgetting which buttons are which. Oh, there we go. So you see how it's flashing there, and then so you can then change it, see? And it goes up to 450 and then down to 430. And then you can go so 432 and 441, they're the magical ones, like. So 441, it sounded a lot better. It's a higher pitch, basically, it's pitch. So this is Taylor guitar, so it's like a smartphone, and it's also USB-C. So you can plug it, you can charge, you don't need to use those stupid watch batteries, you can actually just charge it, just the same as you can charge this with you. This is USB-C. My laptop, which I got for making music, so you know, I use iPhones. I'm going to be getting a MacBook or an iPad Pro, probably the iPad Pro. But I bought a brand new laptop about 6 months ago, which HP, posted it online, exactly like this. With this here, because inside here is another one of these, but it's the original one, not the Plus. And I posted it like that, and HP commented on my photo, and they said, "Can we post this? Can we share this?" And I said to HP, "Yeah, of course you can, as long as it doesn't cost me anything," with the laughing emoji. I'm a friend of, yeah, of course you can. Of course you can. You know, you can share it. You can use it as your own picture if you want. You know, you don't even need to give me credit. They liked the post, and then they deleted their comment and unliked it. Then months later, when I found out I'm not the administrator of my laptop, probably because of the Wi-Fi router that's fitted into the heating system. See, there's the Wi-Fi signal. See? So it's actually a Wi-Fi boiler. A Wi-Fi boiler. So you can turn on that. See, that should stay on, but it's not staying on because I've disconnected the Wi-Fi in there because they never told me that I had a secret Wi-Fi router in my flat, and that there was an application I could download on my iPhone to control my heating when I'm outside downtown. And the reason they didn't do that was because they connected it to my Wi-Fi, which is that one there, which my mum actually pays for. So it's not even my Wi-Fi. It is because it's my flat, you know, but it's you know, my mum's paying the bill for it. It's in her name. Because she got a deal on it because she's got BT Wi-Fi, so she got a deal on it, and she took out a 2-year contract. So I just use this one now. I just use that. This is my Wi-Fi. I just use this, and I can carry it around with me around town. But I'm not connected to that right now. Apparently I'm connected to 5G. But yeah, this has got USB-C. It's got HDMI port, which so I was going to put an external monitor. I was going to get a desk. The room through there, which is currently the laundry room, my second bedroom, that's going to be the music room. It's already got a guitar wall hanger fitted because I fitted one through there first, then I realised I couldn't live without my guitars in my room. Then where I sleep. So fitted a one there. But I'm going to be moving everything aside from that wall hanger. So that stand's going to be going through there. I'm going to keep one guitar through here, the Mustang Micro, and that's it. I'm going to get a desk, and I'm going to have my laptop, whether it's this or a MacBook, or an iPad Pro. Though I would only get an iPad Pro. I would only get a Pro, just because of the, you know, enhanced security and the things how I've seen how corruptible iPhone actually is. Even though iPhone cannot get malware or viruses, it's impossible. That they're impenetrable to viruses and malware, but that you can download malicious apps. Or you can have apps that dislike you, make you download corrupted versions. So anyway, I'm going to be fitting these as well to this guitar. I'm actually probably going to do that today because I'm feeling great today. Today I'm feeling absolutely great. So I'm going to be fitting these. These are heavier strings, but they've got like a better sound, and plus heavier strings will make my fingers go calloused, because that's what you want. You don't want fingers that are soft. You want fingers that they had permanent line indentations in them. 8 weeks ago, permanent line indentations in there, 24 hours a day, whether I was playing guitar or not. There was lines there, line there, line there, and the skin was super thick, which is obviously what you want as a guitar player, because you don't feel the pain when you're sliding up and down the strings or you're playing the strings. But wasting eight weeks fighting for fairness, just equality. I don't want views. Well, I do want them. Obviously, I'm not going to say I don't want views. Of course, I want people to view the stuff I'm making. Otherwise, what's the point in making it? Well, actually, the point in making it is because it's for my mental health and it's good for my mental health. I'm just, I've got this. This is another thing, like, anyone knows. That was the classic. But, like, I got it to play, but then never play it. And I even got purple and orange ones, so I had a space set there for playing if I have visitors. So I've got this, so I'll put my friend thing, and I've got a screen protector on it, that's why it doesn't matter that I'm making fingerprints all over it. I can just wipe it. It's the new one. It's not the OLED one, but it was the new one with the bigger battery. And I got an 128 gigabyte, which, if installed in a security camera like the ones in this building, will record 13,000 hours of footage. But the manager here said when somebody rang my doorbell, it only records 6 days, which is a lie. And then the next day he said he'd retired. Yeah, because I contacted the manufacturer of the cameras and they said, 6 days? Why don't you just use a smartphone with the laughing emoji? That was his response to me. And he said, no, they record for about 9-10 months. Because the manager said, oh, it's only got a 128 gigabyte, so that hard drive. Well, okay, that means it records 13,000 hours of footage, which is not 6 days. That's a lot more than 6 days. And I actually download games now instead of buying them. I've got Mario Kart 8, Nintendo Sports, Tony Hawk's is in there, and then I've got this other one, LA Noire, which is basically, I'll put these away now because I don't play it because gaming's not my thing. I don't like gaming, it's not my thing. Vaping, staying clean of drugs, making music. I've been clean for 7 years thanks to NHS prescribed methadone, which is actually a Class A drug. A lot of people don't realize that it's a Class A drug, but it's not a drug that gets you high. Like heroin, you have to use it 4 times a day because it's got a 6-hour short half-life. Methadone is a lot stronger than heroin, so you only use it once a day because it has a 72-hour half-life, meaning it lasts 72 hours in the body. Heroin lasts 6, that's why people have to use it 4 times a day. But then I've been clean 7 years and I'm going to the pharmacy every day. Well, not every day, because I've got this is for tomorrow. You can hear it's full. It would have been funny if it opened then, wouldn't it? And went everywhere. But yeah, this guy posted a video of it to do the Post Your Pill challenge, because this is for a mental health condition, the disease of addiction. You don't have to be on the streets to be an addict. I mean, I own this home. Matthew Perry died in a mansion. Prince died in a mansion. Michael Jackson died in a mansion. Addiction is a bona fide. If you don't believe me, then don't argue with me. Go and argue with the World Health Organization, or go and argue with the NHS who prescribe. Because if it wasn't a mental health condition, they would just say stop. It's not a real condition. Stop. But instead, they spend their own money on Buvidol injections, which is the strongest painkiller we had known to man, aside from fentanyl. Buprenorphine is the same strength as fentanyl. They do an injection of that, which is a once a month injection. I choose not to have that because I prefer to have a daily dose, because it keeps your blood level more stable, more linear, more stable, so you don't have the ups and downs from an intramuscular injection. I had an injection this morning of vitamins though. See, so I live healthy, inject vitamins. So that's why, because I did have my top off, but then people always seem to have a problem with me having my top off when I've got body art that I like to, that I didn't get to, and plus I haven't shaved my chest. So, but I didn't get this body art to hide it. These are song lyrics from Hole. Some guy said yesterday, show more nipple. Mate, that's what. There's a website called, I don't know if I'm even allowed to mention it. It begins with the word chat and ends in a word, related to someone who would want to see nipples. Why don't you go on there? Why are you coming on my live stream, which you don't have to? There's millions you could pick from, asking to see more nipple. You could see them. I wasn't hiding them. I was sat with the window open because I had this Wi-Fi light bulb on, which goes boiling hot when I have that on as well. And I'm sitting doing like 30 takes. That's the thing that YouTube don't understand and Instagram don't understand. Instagram's killing art. Instagram is killing real art. So I'm not saying I'm a great artist or anything. I'm not. I'm just saying that real art is in music, photography, well maybe not photography, but painting, art, or there's lots of types of art, but mainly music and painting and things like that, drawing, etc. Instagram is killing it. It's killing it because Instagram is basically just a sex site now, and like every time I go on there, all I see is women with big boobs, 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 and I have to scroll for like 10 minutes to see a guitar, and it's just and these women they get a million followers like that, just like that. They get a million followers, and they then earn revenue off it, and yeah. I'm just wanting my blue tick, which I paid for on the 3rd. I paid for it on the 3rd. And that's up on there right now. If you go to Monte Cristo, so Monte Cristo, as in my favourite book, the best book in the world, written in 1886. I'm just doing this so you can see the spelling. Monte Cristo. If you type in Monte Cristo _ 828 on Instagram. So Monte Cristo _ 828 on Instagram. That's my Instagram, and this was a book that was given to me as well about Dave Grohl. Really cool book, and it's epic as well. And I love Che Guevara just because he died for what he believed in. He was a revolutionary. That's actually Benicio del Toro. But this was, he was murdered. He was held captive and then he was murdered. And this was his final campaign, where he went to the Bolivian jungle. That was him. That's actually him, disguised on a fake passport to get into the country. This is him. There's this girl Tanya. If anyone remembers that game, Red Alert. Tanya is based on this lady. If that's her, I can't see. Because they're all black and white photos, they're all really small. See, he died for what he believed in. And that to me, these were his journals. That to me, I respect that. Martin Luther King, he died for what he believed in. He knew he was risking his life. He knew he was under threat of being killed. But he died for what he believed in. This is Bruce Lee's philosophy. This has nothing to do with his martial arts. This is his philosophy. A to Z, all of his philosophy, because he was a philosopher. And if you think about how good a martial artist he was, he's the best that there ever was. Even beat the karate champion of the world in a speed test when he was playing a character on the Green Hornet. There's more pills. That's that. Not more pills. More pedals. I wish more pills. Small clone, which is that's what the Kurt Cobain used on another tuner. This is what I used on the Come As You Are to get that chorus sound. So the sound you hear on that, I'm just getting this because my battery's dying. These are always handy to have when you're live streaming, because I'm gonna make coffee. It's coffee time. There's my vape. So yeah, on my Monte Cristo A2A, like this, you can see my bill for my Meta Verified that I paid last month, which I've been paying since March. The key to a perfect coffee. Where am I? I'm on the wrong way. Key to a perfect coffee is 2 of these, 4 spoons of this, 5 spoons of sugar, fill it halfway with hot water, and then fill the rest with whole milk. You can use semi-skim milk because you're using that anyway, but it's the combination of these that makes the perfect because I'd normally buy the cappuccino, but they had that on offer, so I just got that. But anyway, yeah, I paid my bill for my Meta Verified, which I've had for years. I'm still Meta Verified. I've got an active subscription right now. I paid it on the 3rd of this month. Normally it's the 2nd, but they took it on the 3rd this month. And I uploaded the video, the short that I uploaded last night on here, the Miss World, where I was trying to get that tone. I was just trying to get back into it, 'cause I'm not here for followers, I'm not here for likes, I'm not here for... those things are nice, but that's not what I'm doing it for. I'm doing it for my mental health. I'm doing it for... to inspire others against hate, like to show that the playground is not just for bullies and people that are motivated by hate, envy, jealousy. And that's why I do the channel, because I always used to sign off saying peace and love to everybody who is not motivated by hate. Now I'm saying the opposite. My sign off now will always be peace and love to the people who are motivated by hate or envy or jealousy or anything like that, because they're the people that need it. The people that are not motivated by hate don't need the peace and love. It's still peace and love to them, but anyway, so you can see I paid my Meta Verified. I uploaded the video. It then said, a pop-up came up and said, and I actually posted it to Monte Cristo _828 on Instagram. I actually posted it last night. A pop-up came up that said, you can get more views on your reels if you're Meta Verified. I am Meta Verified, but you won't let me have my blue tick back. So I am Meta Verified. I've got an active subscription. I paid you £12 on the 3rd of this month. And I was the victim of a hate crime on their platform, which they know about and they saw. I was then the victim of comments like your mum's going to be sexually assaulted on camera and you're going to record it. Go dig up your dead dad's corpse and F it. Calling my dead dad who died of a hero of leukemia when I was 13, which was what put me on the path of addiction, regretfully. And that's why also this channel is about hopefully inspiring others to not make the same stupid mistakes that I made. And even if bad things happen to you when you're 13 years old, like your dad dying or your mum dying or someone dying, or anything bad that happens, if you're in care, if you're born into care, which is not your fault, if you get an illness that's not your fault, that you never asked for, anything like that, you can still make the right choices, and you can still. Sorry, it's too loud. So you can still make the right choices, and you can still live a good life. You know, I'm a homeowner. Yes, I'm on methadone. It's the best I can do yet. If people aren't, you know, it's a mental health. Check out my cactus. I'm also quite proud of the cactus. And I got this as well. This is actually from abroad. But it now contains all these because I had to disengage my buzzer. I actually had to. That's live. If I touched those wires right now, you would see me hit the wall. I would go flying to the wall because probably 1,000,000 volts would go through me and I would be dead. That's live. It's not got electrical tape on the endings, it's live. I had to destroy my own buzzer. Why? Because of the idiots that came up here causing me to buy a chainsaw. Because I thought, why did I buy a chainsaw? Because there was 3 of them. So I thought, if each of them had a knife, say I got my spirit level out, which is, you know, the long thing, spirit level, I might be able to hit the knife, hit one of them on the head. But by the time I've done that, one of the other 2 have stabbed me. And I'm then bleeding out. So what can I do if 3 people kick, and this is a brand new door as well, cost 1,800, that's why it's not painted here. Had a brand new frame fitted. See, brand new frame fitted, brand new door. It's a really heavy door. They use this as their personal laundry room. My hallway. But you get to my flat that I own, but yeah, it's their personal laundry room. I find that a bit offensive when they've been spying. Here's my Ring camera, which I got for security. I didn't have that. I got that when someone came up here knocking on the door. I asked the manager who it was, because there's about 20 cameras they would have had to pass. And that's when he said, oh, it only records 128 gigabyte hard drive, which means, as we now know, records 13,000 hours of footage. He says it only records for 6 days. So if you want to have a trip to Spain for a week, you know, you can't. Because someone will come and rob your property on the 7th day. And they won't be able to do anything about it because they only record for 6 days. You know, so he was lying to me. When we bought the property, we gave you £120,000. So unlike next door, who rent their property or have a mortgage, and I know have been coming in here, that's why they never told me about the router that's in there. There's a router in there. A Wi-Fi router in there, because Valiant is the boiler. This is a separate company, EPH Controls, and it has an app that you can download on your phone called the Ember app, if people have already been watching it. I'm just saying it again for people that weren't watching it. There's an app you can download called the Ember app, and it works with EPH Controls. So you can you can see what your heating is when you're at work. You can see what on your phone on an app. you can see what you can make sure you're coming home to a warm house. Probably enough. This is also magic as well. The dust magnet. It really is a magnet. I use them for cleaning my guitar because it goes like across the fretboard and takes all the dust. And I took down the smoke detectors. That one. Which, notice how many cables this one has. I'm trying to not electrocute myself here. 3 cables. So it connects 3 cables there. 1, 2, 3. Then check this one, which is identical. How many cables does that one have? That one has a lot more. I took it down and it still kept working. So I then disconnected it and they came, then 2 days later they came and they removed a brick from here. And they fireproofed the entire building by replacing 1 brick. Only on my floor. So I've got these. I bought new ones. They're not in here, they've got them out, but they're not up yet. They're just sitting. So, along with a beer bottle that apparently a police officer was drinking. According to this guy on here called Britain for Britain. He made a year-old video about me. It was a year-old video, and he wrote on it, at Music Against Hate. And it shows the exact same type of car that came up with the 2 people that got out drinking alcohol. And he reports on, police corruption and things like that. And he's actually, there's a video where he's filming a police officer, apparently trying to bribe him, and say, go on, we'll pay you for information. No one's watching. And he refuses. He posted that because he's a police informant. That's why he posted it. To make it look like he's not a police informant, when as soon as that video was filmed, he would have given information to the police for money. Because how did he know? He says it was police that turned up to ring my buzzer. Drinking alcohol on the job. I don't believe that, because police don't ring buzzers and leave. Police will ring your buzzer, and then when there's no answer, they get someone else to let them in, and then they kick your door down. Police don't ring buzzers. There wasn't police, and they also don't drink on the job. Hopefully. I don't believe they do anyway. But yeah, this flat, like the carpets are really good. This is going to be the music room. So this is a carpet cleaner as well, which I'm going to be using a lot more to get, because every time I do it, you fill that up and then it sucks it up into there and it's brown. The water comes out brown, but it's getting less brown and less brown and less brown, and you see that needs emptied badly. But yeah, this is the first guitar tuner, the guitar hanger, because this was going to be the music room, and it's a perfect size for it. It's currently the laundry room, as you can see. So they didn't do any of the other buildings. I'm just going to look through the blinds. They didn't do any of the other buildings. Didn't do any of the other floors. I was the lucky one to get the fireproofing on my property because I'm really important, apparently. Or they were installing something malicious, a malicious device. And I don't know why. I just want to be left alone, you know. I want them to leave me alone. I want to be allowed fairness. I want to be able to have my blue tick back, you know, on Instagram. Why are you offering it? Why are you saying I need to get a refund so that I can resubscribe when I already have an active subscription? Why not just put my blue tick back? Why do I have to get a refund, then resubscribe, which you just say no to? You just want me to take a refund. That's all you want me to do. Take a refund, that's him gone. Otherwise, you just why would I have to take a refund? Because that's what it says. And I thought I posted, you know how you can post 2 photos? I thought I posted 2 photos, but I only posted 1. So the other photo said, we could not verify your identity by my UK passport, which cost £50. Nothing. A fake passport cost me £5,000. I paid £50 at the Home Office, who don't seem to actually mean anything in Cardiff, on multiple levels. But apparently this passport, this is not mine. This is a fake passport. So police, you need to get here now and arrest me for having a fake passport. Because this is a fake passport, apparently. It's not. Okay, well, the Home Office sent it to me, so the Home Office is sending out fake passports. According to Instagram, that's what Instagram was saying. Instagram are saying that this is not me. They're saying that's not me. So they're saying that's not me. Because this is the crystal clear image I sent to them. iPhone 12, crystal clear. I sent it to them 3 months in a row as well. And they're then saying, sorry, you don't meet the criteria for Meta verified. And then also there's take a refund. And then there's also join the Meta verified waiting list. There is no Meta verified waiting list. It's because that Wi-Fi out there was hacked. They connected it to this one, which I'll actually turn on briefly. Just hang on, my battery pack. And there's my remote. It's like Iron Man. So yeah, that was my mistake. It was like, and obviously I've got that, so I actually prefer having these in this. I prefer having it in there, like the old PlayStation controllers. But then gaming is not my thing. I don't game. I don't do it. So I've got a Nintendo Switch with all these great games that I don't even play. I never played it. I played it 13 hours. Not 13 hours, sorry. 3 hours. Since I've had it, 3 hours. And I should be playing it more, but guitar's what I wanted to be doing. So, and also this channel means a lot to me. Because it's about standing up against hate, standing up against slander, standing up against lies, and standing up against people that get jealous, people that have envy, because they need help. These people need help. So who's going to help them? Instagram aren't helping them. Instagram are rewarding them. The police aren't helping them because I reported it to the police. I reported it to the commissioner. The commissioner then forwarded the complaint and said she couldn't deal with it until the police had dealt with it. So she forwarded the complaint to the police. You'd think it would be top of the pile when the commissioner sent it to you. And also, if they've done nothing wrong, they would just respond to you, wouldn't they? Just to get it out of the way. So why do they ignore me? And I said to the commissioner, this is the problem. They're ignoring me. So the commissioner's saying, I can't deal with it until the police have dealt with it. The police are saying to me, they're not saying anything to me. They're ignoring me. The commissioner attached me to a forwarded email of my complaint to the police, saying this is an email from me and this needs to be dealt with. Can you please deal with this complaint and see to it? That was last year, the 6th month of last year. I have heard nothing. No email response, no phone communication. They drive past me every day. They know exactly who I am. They know exactly who I am. And dislike me for some reason. Well, there's a reason they dislike me, and it's because something illegal happened. And it wasn't something illegal that I did. That's as much as I want to say, because I'm trying to diffuse the situation. I'm not trying to make it worse. I even said to them, can you please, I said to them, can you please, I don't even want a complaint response, because they're just going to have to say, yes, we did do wrong. That's the only response they can give me. Yes, we did do wrong. Your complaint is 100% right. We did wrong. What we did to you was wrong. That's all they can say. All they can do is admit fault. That's why they're not responding, because if they respond, they have to admit fault. So instead of responding, they just ignore me. So the commissioner says that she can't deal with it until they've dealt with it, and then they're just ignoring me. So it's clever, isn't it? Very clever, because it means that nothing can ever happen about it. So why have a complaint system? Why is there a complaint system on the website? If you're not allowed to use it, why is there a complaint system? And I even said to them, I don't even want a response. Don't even want a response. I do, and I need one. I sadly need one after seeing yesterday that YouTube filtered my comment and deleted my comment I'd made to this really nice lady who seemed really nice, really friendly and pleasant, and she was a musician, and she'd commented to me. So me being a nice person, I responded to her about music. It posts just saying @ it doesn't have the username, and I think, well, at least it's been posted, and I go back on there 2 seconds later and the comment's gone. It's not there. YouTube had deleted it. Almost like they're trying to make me look unpopular, or not even allowing me to be part of the community. I keep my followers, my subscribers, which is doing quite well now. 159 now, and I've already been doing it 3 months. I gave up with Instagram, which was 2,990 followers. I gave up because they were not giving me my blue tick back, despite the fact that I refused to cancel my active subscription. I don't want your refund to resubscribe. What's the point in getting a refund to resubscribe when I already have an active subscription? If anyone can tell me why I need to first cancel my current active subscription to take out a new one, then tell me, because I don't know the answer to that question. I don't see why they don't just go, okay, this guy has paid us the money, he has an active subscription, he's asking for his blue tick to be put back up, which he pays us for. I also pay them for the one-to-one support, and I don't get access to that. That disappeared from the app. It's a sandboxed app from the iOS store, meaning that it could only have come from Instagram. So Instagram actually made a version of their application where they'd removed the one-to-one support for someone who's meta verified. I'm meta verified. I paid on the 3rd. I'm not saying this to be boastful or anything. I never wanted. I actually wish nobody had liked my posts. I wish nobody had liked them. I put up a photo of me in this exact T-shirt. It's the second photo on there. Me holding this guitar in this T-shirt. I put up a photo of that. It wasn't boosted or anything. Got 1,000 likes. A video of Lithium got 1,500 likes. I got to 800 followers, and they offered me a blue tick. I thought, okay, £12 a month, that's nothing, let's take it, why not? It makes you look, because and that's why I then went on to spend thousands of pounds on pedals, thousands of pounds on guitars, thousands of pounds on advertising, on Instagram. They've given me a 260-day live ban. A 30-day live ban is considered extreme. That's an extreme thing, because normally it's one day or 7 days. If you are a repeat offender, they'll give you 30 days. That's a 30-day timeout. They took my account away from me, despite the fact that I paid them for Meta Verified. I'd done nothing wrong, and they gave me my. I then put up all the video like the one that's on here now called Instagram Where Hate Wins. It's a couple of videos down on my videos. Instagram Where Hate Wins. See the comments that I enjoyed, yeah? I was peacefully getting on with music for 4 years until an ex from 10 years ago found out I was a homeowner, saw the photos, saw I now I'm an owner of an £120,000 property. I'm in my mid-30s and I'm on the property ladder. She was using me for money, so she is now enraged because when I got a luxury living flat around the corner, I didn't buy it, it was rented. £1,000 a month, 750 on rent, £750 on rent, and then bills was usually about 250, so £1,000 a month. I thought, why am I doing this? You know, she got to live there rent free. She never once, and I'm not exaggerating here, and I'm trying to put her down. I'm not even mentioning her name. She's not. I won't mention her name. She doesn't deserve that. She never. I'm not exaggerating here. She never paid 1 penny towards the rent. Never paid 1 penny. I used to use cannabis many years ago, and I asked her for £20. Because my mum couldn't transfer money to me that day. She said, "What do you ever do to me? Do for me? You're living rent-free in a luxury living flat. You know, you're getting housing benefit for it when you're not even actually supposed to be." And I didn't know that she was doing that. She owes the Department of Work and Pensions taxpayers' money. She took £17,000. She accuses me of something that you can ask the police. I've never been arrested for. I've never been questioned about, and it's very far-fetched as well. She accuses me of it. It's so strange. It's so strange. She accuses me of it when her brother pled guilty to that offence. He was found in the hotel room. I don't want to go into it because he doesn't deserve that. He doesn't deserve to have a sister that has such little respect for him that she's willing to accuse me of a crime that he pled guilty to and gets beat up for. He gets beat up for it often. Apparently, that's what she says. Every email she'd send me. Oh, he's been beat up again. He doesn't talk to us much. His face is all bruised. What kind of crimes do you get vigilantes, coming after you for? Yeah. So I'm not mentioning the guy's name. I'm not mentioning her name. So it could be anybody in the world. Why is he that unlucky that if it was the shoe on the other foot and I was saying that he had done something that he had never done and I had done that, he would be doing the exact same that I'm doing. He would be saying, "No, I've never done that. But you have." So he would be doing the exact same I'm doing. He would be defending himself with the truth. That's why I want to start a petition. Yeah, or I want someone else to start it. and I want to be the first person to sign it. Because I asked police, I said to police, can you please release my depositions? Depositions are the things you've been arrested for, the things you've been questioned about, the things you've been to prison for. That's your depositions. They're called your deps. That's the slang term, deps, depositions. Someone start a petition. Please, can you release Ross Hodge? My name's Ross Hodge. Please, can you release Ross Hodge's depositions? I will be the first person to sign it. I asked police personally to release it. They said to me, sorry, we can't because of data protection. And I said, what are you, it's me asking, I'm him. And I'm asking for my depositions, so why would data protection apply? It's only, the data protection is to protect my data, and it's me asking for you to do it. And you'll say, oh, no, and they were so hesitant about it, like they were adamant they weren't going to do it, because they know it's just going to prove that she's a total liar. So somebody please start a petition. Can you start not a Facebook, because I'm not on there, Instagram. Can you start an Instagram group? South Wales Police, can you please release Ross Hodge's depositions? I will come on Monte Cristo 828 and I will sign it to get them released. And at the same time, we can do her brothers. So we can do the two at the same time. Why would I have been on live? I had two phones. I had one like this, and I had one which I was on the phone to police too. I was on live, Instagram live, and I was saying, please can you say the most serious offence that I have been arrested for and charged with. And they said to me, they were all hesitant, like they were thinking on the spot, we can't, data protection, I was so confused by that, because it's me that's asking for my information. So why would data protection apply? And what's the difference between me doing it online and me doing it on the phone? I don't understand what the difference is. And plus, they could have said, if it was something shocking, something that I was to be ashamed of, she was going to say it, she would have said it right then on live for everybody to see. So why would I be asking if it was something for me to be ashamed of or embarrassed about, or if it was a serious crime? Or you can just simply go on Wales Online. There's this website called Wales Online. Wales Online, it goes back about 30 years. I'm 36, so it goes back about 30 years. Anyone that's been arrested for a crime more serious than shoplifting in South Wales will be on there. Search my name, try and find me. Because one girl said, oh, he's no master criminal. I just searched his name. Search my name, Ross Hodge. Search my name. Try and find this. Try and find it on a website like Wales Online or any official website. Try and find it, because every month Wales Online posts every single person who has been charged with a crime and sent to prison for a crime. Every single month. Every single month. You can go on Google and type in Wales Online January courts, and up will come everybody, and it shows the picture. It's got a little brief description of what they were charged with, whether they pled guilty to it or not, and it says what the offence was, and it says how long they got. You won't find anything for me. You can search all day long. You won't find anything for me. And also start a petition. I'll be the first person to sign it and say, yes, please release it, please release it. And it's me asking. I asked, you know, oh, anyway, this is going on now because it's boring. But yeah, it's just ridiculous. I feel really bad for the guy because, like, obviously I'm going to defend myself. I'm not going to mention the guy's name, but I'm obviously going to defend myself. I just find it very bizarre that she would accuse me because she's just trying to damage my reputation because she now knows I own her own property. Why would I be? So that's all it is. It's just jealousy and envy. And that's why I'm doing music against hate, and that's why I'm here just doing music, just getting on with music. I'm drinking coffee. I don't keep these up because it's like, well, I might keep this one up because it's been actually not that bad, but so I might keep this one up. I posted a live the other day and it had 10 seconds of audio in the background. There was 10 seconds where I showed the screen, and it was playing the song Sultans of Swing. I then turned the phone away and was filming here, and 10 seconds of the audio was in the background. It then said that I have those are two copyrights. So why are people who don't own copyright to Sultans of Swing posting the entire song on their personal YouTubes, getting one had 3.5 million views, and that guy didn't own the copyright. Mark Knopfler and Dire Straits do. Why are people? You can type in basically any song you want, any famous song you want, and you will see somebody who does not have the copyright to it, who has posted it, maybe even up to 13 years ago. And it'll still be up, and they're not getting copyright. But me posting 10 seconds of Sultans of Swing in the background, so it was like my phone was basically filming something like this, and you could hear it in the background, 10 seconds, and it says that I have three options: adjust the video, remove the song, or trim it. Or dispute it. But I'm thinking, if I dispute it and then they don't agree with it, does that mean they delete my video? So I'm going to have to do a bit of Googling first, because I'm obviously going to dispute it, because why are people allowed to post the whole song of, say, a Beatles song, a really famous Beatles song, or Sultans of Swing has been posted by people that do not own the copyright to it. And they're not getting copyrighted. So why is YouTube copyrighting me for 10 seconds of it in the background of my live? That I don't understand. So and that's just another form of, like, they're trying to be really, really unfair to me and really, really cruel to me, and yet treating other people as a really, really severe double standard. So if I post 10 seconds of audio in the background, copyright. Someone else posts the entire song, gets 3.5 million views, and bear in mind, you get £10,000 if you get a million views. Every million views, you get £10,000. I think that's what it is. Don't quote me on that, but it's at least £5,000. But I'm pretty sure it's 10,000. For a million views, you get £10,000. So people earn revenue off here. I recorded my live, and I recorded the whole of my live, the one that after I got 740 views, and at the end it said 801 views. I then realized 30 minutes later I was still screen recording, and they had put it up saying it only had 17 views, and I said, YouTube, you've been caught out. I was screen recording. Here it is. It's up on my channel, as you can see it on my video, or you should be able to see it on my videos, unless they're hiding it. because it's on public. I've put it back from private onto public. You can have videos on private or public. So I've got videos on here which are on private, and I like keeping it on private because it's a music channel. But I put those videos on as public. So if those videos are not up, it means they're hiding them from you, because they don't seem to get views, while other videos do. So why the double standard? Why the double standard? This is so cool. This is the coolest thing in my life, to be honest with you right now. My guitar, my laptop, but this, and obviously these are, because you know that's the thing for the lightning connector for that. This I just, because otherwise if I kept this out I would lose it. So I just keep it permanently in there, so that if I just need to connect it, I'll just do that. But this, you can plug the USB goes in there. That's USB-C. So I can plug it straight into my laptop to record. So I can record from it, and I do the same thing, the exact same thing, recording to my iPhone. You put your battery pack there, and you put that connects to this, and you can record straight from here. And I'll just hold on for 1 second, literally 1 second. Just want to show you what's in here. This was the first one, and I even bought the case for it. I loved it so much I bought the case for it. This was the first one. It didn't have a screen, so I keep my plectrums here. The orange ones, they're 0.6s, and they're what Kurt Cobain used to use. But I don't actually like them because they don't have good grip. That's just a USB-C charging cable. But this is the original one. So that's the new improved one. This is the original one. And this one doesn't have a screen. And also the volume is different. It's back to front compared to this one. See how his phone is upside down there, and it's compared to that one. But this is also USB-C and headphones. But this one, if it's got power, yes it does. This one has cool lights. Funky. So this one, you go down the different amps, different EQs, different effects you can add. You can buy lights. So it's quite hard to remember, because you have to remember all these color combinations, which is why I have that in the background. I cut it out because it shows you what color the lights are, and what amp it is, and things like that, and what the modifier is, and what the effects are, and things like that. I should actually keep this one in there, but instead I keep this. This is the first one, and I found it so cool for recording to Instagram. I've got this one, which instead has a screen. So I'm gonna turn my phone here. Where's the presets there? Is it here? See, I don't know if you can see that. There's Surfy, that was the one I was using yesterday. It's got all these different ones. They're all presets. I don't know if you can see it too clearly. Jazz, you know, it's got 90s rock, 80s rock, 70s rock, twin reverb, which is the Fender twin reverb. They've got one called Lavender Rain, which sounds identical. They called it that because it sounds identical to Purple Rain, the song by Prince, who is my favorite artist. Prince is my favorite artist. He's the most pop artist, and he's my favorite artist. That's a acoustic. Oh no, that's not the acoustic simulator. It'd be much easier if I just took it out. There we go. I didn't actually need to plug in. So it's got presets, EQ, modify, and tap tempo. It's even got a tuner on it. And it connects to your iPhone, because there's this tone app. but I don't use that. I don't even have it on my phone. Evil Bassman, Filtered Echoes, Rockabilly, I don't know what that is. Then it's got 30 that you can do for yourself. You can make your own on the app. But I'm not, why would I spend hours making my own? Phased, 57 Twin. Why would I spend hours making my own when somebody else has spent all this time? 65 Deluxe Reverb, 65 Twin Reverb, that's the Fender one. That was Kurt Cobain's favourite amp, was the Twin Reverb. Spoonful. They have funny ones. There's one called Pigs Can Fly. I don't know what it is. Dirty Flanger, Super Burn, that was an excellent one. Jazz Clean, Pop Chorus, that I tried recording on that last night as well. There was 3 that I did it on. I did it on Lavender Rain, which is obviously to sound like Purple Rain. I did the Pop Chorus, and I did Surfy, which is like, you know, surf music. You know, the like that break, what do they call it? It's like a really famous song, Wipeout. There it is, Surfy, it was right there, sorry. Country twang, Surfy. And it's just got heavy reverb, see, because when you modify this one, it's the reverb level. So if I was to have one effect for the rest of my life, it would be reverb. It wouldn't be distortion. When like Nirvana was my favorite band, it would be reverb. Reverb and chorus are my 2 favorite effects. And anybody that's new getting into guitar, get this. It flashes green there every couple of seconds just to let you know it's still on. I've actually forgot it's on sometimes because the screen goes off unless you touch the buttons or whatever. Yeah, so this just goes straight in. And you can just sit and you can just jam and play your guitar with your headphones on, bothering no one. And it sounds better than a real amplifier. It sounds better than all those pedals there. I've not actually used it with that guitar, but I should try it. So I'm going to fit the black locking tuners, which I can't even see now. Where have they gone? Oh, they're there, hiding behind the chair. Which is the chair that I sat on when I did my videos. So I put the chair there, and I put that camera, which is behind my little Christmas tree there, which is still alive and kicking. And I'd have that camera, my phone in that camera holder, and I'd have that table that's there, right by here, and I would sit over there, and I would record that way. And I wasted so much time, and last night was so therapeutic for me because I was just sitting here and I was playing, and I was thinking about Tom Petty, and I was thinking about how he said he sat playing the same chords over and over, the same 3 chords over and over, just the same 3 chords over and over and over and over all day for 3 months. He said he had people banging on the wall saying, "Hey, keep that damn music down." And he then found the 4th chord, the missing chord. And then that became Wildflowers. And if you want to hear the most beautiful song you'll ever hear in your life, besides maybe Purple Rain by Prince, the most beautiful song I think in existence is Purple Rain by not Purple Rain by Prince. That's one of the most beautiful songs in the world. But I think the most beautiful song ever written is Wildflowers by Tom Petty. He doesn't even look the rock star. I've never heard of him 5 months ago because he didn't really look like a rock star to me. Taylor Swift bought his old home because someone tried to kill him. I can relate. Someone tried to kill him. They threw gasoline, a can of gasoline, arson, into his um, Malibu mansion on his wife's birthday uh, with his daughters there. And the whole place went up. He got them to jump in the swimming pool. You know, obviously you're safe, and he was so shocked that it was arson. And if you look on my community post, you can see what I've posted. The song "I Won't Back Down." He released a song called "I Won't Back Down." I used that song as my anthem to fight Instagram, a massive corporation. I'm one guy. I'm one guy. Okay, I own a flat. I'm one guy. They're a massive corporation. They get £12 off me every month, and they won't even give me my blue tick. They want me to first unsubscribe. No, take a refund. When I've got an active subscription, I've already paid it. I paid it on the 3rd. Why do I have to take a refund and then resubscribe? Why, when I'm already subscribed? So why do I need to resubscribe and take a refund? But Instagram say it's not me, so you can't say it's not me and not allow me to have my blue tick and also treat me unfairly. You can't have it both ways. You can't, because that's what they're doing. They're having it both ways. They're saying it's not me, and treating me unfairly as if, you know, like as a fake passport. So you're treating me unfairly, and then saying I'm not me. You know, it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's got to the level where they're making themselves look so corrupted that they're now actually corrupt. They've been corrupted, so they're now corrupt. You know, and I didn't think the world was like this. You know, I was a security guard a few years ago. I didn't think the world was like this, but here we are. Anyway, I'm going to end my live stream now. I'm going to chill. And I'm going to vape. I'll have my coffee, which I made. So, peace and love to everybody that's motivated by hate, envy, pathetic comments, which are intended only to try and make someone feel down, which don't, because they're all silly. Your haircut should be illegal. Well then, Ringo Starr, George Harrison, John Lennon, their haircuts should be illegal because mine kind of looked a bit like theirs in their video. So if my haircut's illegal, and bear in mind yesterday I hadn't shaved. I actually took my clippers yesterday before I shaved and showered, and I shaved I trimmed like a little bit of the side, the back, and everything. So it's like a Beatles haircut. So I thought to myself, if I had, maybe if my hair looks like George Harrison's, maybe then I'll play like him. You know, maybe then I'll actually be able to play like him. So, you know, I made my hair look like that for that reason. If it's criminal, then I'm going to have to plead guilty. I'm going to have to plead guilty when it comes to court, so for my illegal haircut. But yeah, if you look down on the Ed Sullivan show back in the 60s when guitar was like the computer of the day, you know, the AI of the day, it was the technology of the day. It was seen as this super computer kind of thing in the same way we would see AI. That song "I Want to Hold Your Hand," where they performed it live, you know, it's one of the most original songs. You don't get songwriting like that anymore. They said they were bigger than Jesus, which is obviously very controversial. But that's what John Lennon said, bigger than Jesus, you know, or it was Paul McCartney, was one of the two. Beatlemania. So, but they were nothing compared to David Cassidy. He couldn't even, well, he could play the guitar. I can relate with David Cassidy. I can relate with him. David Cassidy, he was like a child actor, like a teen heartthrob. And oh my God, if you have not seen a documentary on David Cassidy, right, you need to watch one. Because if you think Beatlemania, like where girls were going crazy over the Beatles, was insane, and these girls are like hysterical, go and watch David Cassidy. A girl had a heart attack in the crowd. A girl was watching David Cassidy, and she was that like in love with him. She had a heart attack and died. And I thought, I was like, oh my God, that's so sad. I just found it so that actually really like kind of broke my heart a little bit, you know, that she was that excited that she died at one of his concerts, you know, David Cassidy here in the UK, you know, so that's really sad. And rest in peace to her. So, but yeah, if you want to go and see something really crazy, because Beatlemania was nothing, One Direction was nothing. Any famous band you can think of is nothing. David Cassidy, who couldn't even play the guitar at that time, he later could and became an actual real musician. He didn't release, you know, he's not known for that, but to me, I consider him a real musician. Anyone who picks up an instrument and plays it, whether you can play a note or one note, one string, or you can play really well, you're a musician. You're choosing to do music, and you're a musician. So it doesn't matter if you can play or not. If you've got an instrument and you're trying, you're a musician. And that's all I care about. That's why I keep my followers on here. They weren't hidden, but I hid them, and I hid them because I'm not trying to be pop. I don't want the 2,990 followers again, because when you lose it, it's painful, because you put worth on it, and when you lose it, when you were the victim, and you lose it, it really did. I had a mental health breakdown last year for about 3 months, and I'll admit, there's nothing to be ashamed of. The brain's an organ. It's subject to disease just the same as any other organ. I had a mental health breakdown, and it was directly because of Instagram. Instagram caused my mental health breakdown. Instagram should be more educated on social media and the effect they can have on people. And when you're giving me a blue tick and 2,990 followers, 1,500 likes on videos, 88,000 views, 68,000 views, 66,000 views, which you're making money off of, I didn't see a penny. You said I was eligible for monetization. I gave my bank details, it got hacked. I never saw a penny. But I didn't care, because I wasn't on there for that. I was on there strictly just to be part of the music community, talk music with people, make comments like I made to that girl last night. Well, not girl, woman. She said she's a not a famous artist. She said she was a professional artist, who had 8 Grammy nominations. I don't know if she won any of them, but she had 8 Grammy nominations, which is an incredible achievement, you know, which I would love to have, you know, but I need to write my song first. That's what I'm going to be doing now, playing chords, getting my fingers calloused again, and just doing what I wasn't doing for the last 8 weeks, which is releasing covers, recording covers, getting on my laptop. Now I know that I can just reset it now that the Wi-Fi, and I've worked all out the Wi-Fi and how they were doing it, and how they were installing malicious things on my laptop, how they were installing malicious things on my phone, because I didn't know there was Wi-Fi in my boiler, which is why I have that. And I can, if I can control my boiler from right here with Wi-Fi, because it's Wi-Fi connection to my boiler, then my phone can connect to the Wi-Fi in there. Why did it come on yesterday? Well, it didn't come on. It just made the noise like it had come on. I turned that on, and then I went to the toilet and I heard my boiler come on. I thought, why did my boiler come on? I looked outside, but it was still red. It turns green when it comes on. I then thought, oh my God, they're connected. They're connected. And since I've disconnected that passwordless EE Wi-Fi, because there's another passwordless one. There's the ring setup 08, which is passwordless. There's the ring setup F5, which is passwordless, which I had to connect my ring cameras to. I wasn't allowed to connect to my Wi-Fi with a password. And then there is Wi-Fi in my boiler, and it's now off. It's going to be removed. I've got the special drill bit for that because you get those special drill bits where it has like eight things instead of like just your normal plus or minus. I've got that drill bit, so I'm going to be removing the Wi-Fi because I don't want Wi-Fi in the boiler, which could be corrupted. I've got my Wi-Fi, it's right there, it's got a password. I've got Wi-Fi here, which has got a password. So I don't need Wi-Fi in my boiler. I don't need to control it when I'm out. I could just come home and I'd much rather go up to the boiler and just turn it, use the screen that's on the boiler. It's got an LCD screen on the boiler, and I'd just much rather do it than that than control it from my bed. Wow, control my heating from my bed. Amazing. No, I don't want that because I didn't even know about it. And you'd think that would be something they would tell you, that there's an app that you can download called the Ember app, which connects to your boiler, which you can control you can do everything that this can on the app. So I could be downtown and I could change my boiler settings. They never told me about that. Why did you never tell me about it? Because you'd hacked it. And you'd connected that to that, which is how, when I put the wrong password, sorry. I went on iCloud.com, I typed in my password, signed in, was transferring all my things, suddenly it cancelled by itself. Suspicious. And then the next day, I woke up in the morning, I turned my phone on, I typed in my password, I got it wrong by one digit, and it said it locked me out of my phone, my iPhone 12, for an hour. I have two iPhone 12s, I've got two of them, one here and one not in Cardiff. I've got two external hard drives that are connected by lightning to the iPhone. One is with a friend of somebody, and one is with my mom. And then there's iPhones which are with other people. Just so I've got everything safe and secure. I only need one phone. Why do I need two phones? I don't need two iPhone 12s. It's nice, but I don't need that. So yeah, I'm removing that Wi-Fi from that boiler. I don't want it. I don't know what's behind that brick there. I don't know what you implanted in my wall. On only this flat, only this floor, only this building, none of the other 6 buildings. But it was something, it was not fireproofing. There is no remove one brick. Your whole building is fireproof. That doesn't exist. So anyway, seeing as I've got so many people on here right now, peace and love to everybody. And especially the people motivated by hate, peace and love to you all, because you're the people that need it. So I'm going to be getting on my laptop because I've got some work to do, recording. So it's time to get on my laptop and enjoy the day and enjoy my coffee, which I've made, which I'm just going to show off because it looks that good. How good does that look? Vanilla cappuccino. So and blueberry vape. So peace and love to everybody motivated by hate. Peace and love to the people who aren't anyway, even though you aren't motivated by hate. Peace and love to you still, obviously, but you don't need it as much as the people that are. And peace and love to my ex, who is obsessed with trying to sabotage my life, with lies and sabotage. Not sabotage, slander. Slander is saying something about someone that's not true. That's why she does it on fake accounts, because if it was true, she would do it on her real account. The reason she doesn't do it on her real account is because it's slander, it's not real. So that means that I could go to the police and say, my ex from 10 years ago has said this about me, it's not true, which is the crime of slander. So that's why she does it on fake accounts. Otherwise she would do it on her real account, and she would keep it up, and she would stop deleting the comments, and an unknown user, and deleting the profiles, reactivating this profile, deleting, deactivating that one, reactivating that one. She's got about 50 of them, and she's just obsessed, crazy, absolutely crazy. Proposed to me with an engraved ring a week after I met her. A week later, she proposed to me with an engraved ring. Fact. Is that normal behavior? To propose to someone a week after you met them? And also her celebrity crush, guess who it is? Brad Pitt? George Clooney? No. Lord Alan Sugar. Yeah, Lord Alan Sugar. That's his celebrity crush. I wonder why. Could it have something to do with his bank account? His extra large bank account? Because that's all you were ever interested in is money. And that's why I paid about, my mum paid about 30 of your debts, because your mum was now sick of paying your debts for you, and she refused to pay any more. So my mum started paying your debts for you, believing your lies. So can you just get on with your life? Or we can talk about your sibling. Let's talk about it in detail. Let's get it all out on the table and talk about it in detail. Let's talk about your sibling. So if you want to progress it, keep going. Because I'm 100% ready to do the petition to get my depositions released, which will instantly clear my name. And if you're telling the truth, do it on your account, your real account. Your name begins with N, your surname begins with J. You're the only toxic relationship I've had in my life. It was 10 years ago, a decade ago, and you're still here. You now know I'm a homeowner, so you know if you hadn't have been cheating on me all the time, you would have owned half of this place. Because when I got the luxury living flat, when I rented the luxury living flat for 5 years, sorry, wow, I just dropped my vape. I took you to be on the tenancy. You were then later removed, but kept claiming housing benefit. So you were taking £700 of taxpayers' money, people who go to work every day. You were taking £700 of their money, when who was paying the rent? Not you. You weren't paying a penny. Not even a penny. And if the Department of Work and Pensions checks, they will see, yep, you between 2000, hang on, let me just think of the year. What year is it now? 2025. Between 2017 and 2018, you were claiming housing benefit for 25 Grosvenor House, and you were not on the tenancy. So why were you claiming housing benefit for it when you're not on the tenancy, which means you were not the bill payer? Why were you claiming housing benefit for that? If the Department of Work and Pensions, is fair and honest and I mean, we paid them £4,400 because they said that I didn't clear that I owned this property, and was claiming. I don't claim benefits anymore. I paid them £4,400. So they said they're doing the checks on everybody. So that means they're going to be doing it on you, which means you've now got a £17,000 bill to pay because you were claiming it for 17 months. Anyway, I'm going over the same things over and over. Peace and love to everyone. Have a good day. Take care. Tell people you love that you love them, and just do good things. So, and be about uplifting people, making the most of today, living for today, living your truth, and just the same thing as Martin Luther King did, the same thing as Malcolm X did. They stood their ground. They stood and they spoke the truth, despite the fact that it put them at risk of potential physical harm, and they were both murdered. But we're all going to die anyway. I'm going to die. You're going to die. Sadly, we're both going to die. My 3 viewers and me, we're all going to die anyway, whether it's now, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. I don't know how old you are, but we're all going to die, sadly, unless they come up with something, in the future. We're all going to die as it stands today. So why not die standing up for your truth than not live your truth and die an old man? Why? We're all going to die anyway. So you may as well stand up for your truth and die for something which they call being martyred. So Martin Luther King, a Christian, was martyred. Malcolm X, a Muslim, was martyred because they died standing up for their truth. So they were martyred, and they're martyrs. The same as Che Guevara. Che Guevara from Cuba. I showed the book. I'll show it quickly just before I sign off again. He died fighting for what he believed was right, which actually was right. It was right, and he was murdered in cold blood, shot, asked to kneel down and shot in the head. He was asked to kneel down and shot in the head by the CIA. And this was his last trip before he died. There's pictures here. This was his last trip before he died. It's got his journal entries. It's got cool pictures of him with really cool looking guns. Show that one last picture because it's really cool. I think it looks cool. There it is there. And that girl Tanya, I don't know if they show Tanya. They do show her because she's here. Sorry, you're looking at my carpet. I'm just trying to find the photo. Oh no, this is see and Tanya. So which one's Tanya? She's the person on red alert. She'll probably have had her hair cut short. There she is. That's Tanya. She died fighting for what she believed in. She's got a machine gun in her hand. That's what she's holding in her hand, a machine gun. They're all holding guns. And they were fighting for freedom in Bolivia, a country that they weren't even from. They're from Cuba, with Fidel Castro. And they died for what they believed in. So they were martyred. And he's smoking a pipe. I think he would have preferred vapes, unless there's hashish in there, which would probably be more preferable, considering it's Bolivia and not the UK. as someone who used to vape weed. And this is also a cool book which I need to read. I've showed this already on the stream, but for the people that weren't here earlier, and this is why my Instagram is Monte Cristo, because of this book. I limited myself to reading, oh sorry, I'm just going to sit down. I limited myself to reading just one chapter a day. This was written in 1886. It was written in French originally, and it was then replaced to English. They spell the word jail as G for goat, AOL, so it's Old English, and it's how many pages? And look, this is the best bit, the ending. Darling, replied Valentine, has the Count just told us that all human wisdom was contained in these two? I'm saying it slowly because it's for the power. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to start again, even though you've probably read it. Darling, replied Valentine, has not the Count just told us that all human wisdom was contained in these two words, wait and hope? And that's the end of the book, Count of Monte Cristo, written by the same guy who wrote The Three Musketeers, Alexander Dumas, who is part of the Hash Eaters, Society of something, the Hash Eaters Society. He was part of that, which was obviously hashish was big in those days in the 1800s. You know, it's still big today. It's legal in most countries. It's a shame it's not legal here, because if it was, I would use it. Because it's got medicinal properties, and it's got anti-cancer properties as well. But only if you don't smoke it. That's why I used to vape it in a PAX 3. And this is Dave Grohl. This was given to me by who I thought was a really great guy. He is a really great guy, but I thought he was a friend to me. It turned out he wasn't a friend to me. It turned out that everything he was saying to me was just to make me believe he was on my side, and believe we were cool, and believe that I could trust him. He was lying to me the whole time. He said he bought a Jaguar, that guitar, without a tremolo, even though one has never been made in the history of Fender guitars and Jaguars. This is a tremolo. This entire silver thing is a tremolo. They have never, so obviously they've never made one without. He said his just didn't come with one. I said, what color was it? Black. Pretty obvious color to say, isn't it? Just black. You know, first color that came to his mind. He said he bought one of these, a Fender Jaguar, and he said it didn't have a tremolo. This is a tremolo, this whole thing. So obviously there's never been one made without it, because it's practically the main part. So he was lying to me. He gave me this book to try and make me think that he was my friend, and he was on my side, and that I could trust him. It's called Building Rapport. But I wasn't paying him any money, so he's not going to be loyal to me, is it? And that's my life lesson there, another life lesson for me there. He is, if someone's being paid by someone else, they're going to be loyal to that person. They're not going to be loyal to the person that's not paying them, are they? I'm too trusting. I need to think, if someone, and there's someone that I currently see, who I also think is a great guy, who is into music. I think he's a really good, I think he's probably one of the best people around, a really good human being. inside, and he's got great taste in music. And I currently see him. He's my worker at the place that I get treated for addiction, the disease of addiction. And he is, so I'm not saying anything about him. I'm not, because he's just been fantastic to me the whole way through, and I'm not even going to mention his name, obviously. But I need to be careful because I don't pay him. So why would he be loyal to me if I don't pay him any money? He's not going to be loyal to me, is he? He's going to be loyal to the people that pay him. Just the same as the person who gave me this book, which I'm very grateful for. Thank you. It's a good book. And I did what you said. It's a call, and I took it. And I've got 2,990 followers. I've got a blue tick on Instagram, which I no longer care about. Because when you lose it, you have a mental health breakdown. When you get really far in life in something, and then you lose it when you shouldn't. I paid Instagram their money on the 3rd. Yeah. They won't let me put my blue tick up. They say I first need to cancel my active subscription, take a refund, and then make a new application for a subscription. And why? I've already got an active subscription, so why do I need to take a refund to then apply for a new active subscription when I've already got one? You just want me to take the refund, and then you'll say to me, oh no, that passport's not you, just like you've already done. And you're just trying to get rid of me. So I refuse to cancel my active subscription. I will continue to pay my £12 every single month, just like I did this month on the 3rd. As you can see, if you go to Monte Cristo, in one word, Monte Cristo, _ so the underscore, the bottom one, 828 on Instagram. That's my Instagram. It will show that I have an active Meta verified membership. And it will also show a funny post of them last night asking me, saying to me when I uploaded my reel, sign up for a Meta verified badge. I mean, I already have one. You won't let me put my blue tick back up, but you're still taking my money. No, I'm not wanting to take a refund to make a new application for an active subscription when I've already got an active subscription. Why would you need to take a refund? And it's just clear, it's blatantly clear. You're just trying to get rid of me. You're just trying to say, make me take the refund. Then you'll say my passport's not me, the same one that you said was me 3 years ago and is me. YouTube, sorry, it isn't me. They say it's not me, so their technology must be right. So it's not me, so you can't treat me like I am him, because they can't have it both ways. They can't say I'm him and I'm not him. It's one or the other. I'm either him or I'm not him. And if I'm him, then can I have my blue tick back? I'm not taking the refund. I will continue to pay my £12 to get treated where people who don't pay the £12 can do things that I cannot. I've got that. You gave me a 260-day live ban, and you didn't say why. You didn't say why, and you still haven't said why. 200 a year. When if a prisoner who's been to prison for murder comes out of prison today and makes an Instagram account, in 30 days time they can go live. I can't. I pay you £12 a month. I can't. I'm live now on Google. I don't pay Google anything. I follow the community guidelines to the letter. I don't even swear. I'll like say, the F word, or something. I will then swear, you know, which would get you a life ban for a day or 7 days, or the maximum, which is usually 30 days. 260 days, a whole year. Crazy. Anyway, I'm going on and on and on and on. And I'm never going to stop unless I go now. So, peace and love to everybody, and have a good day. So, yeah, I'm just trying to show as much, give people as much positive, you know, words as I can before I leave. So, peace and love to everyone.